We are live and starting in just a minute, just in time for the baby to wake up. Don't worry, class. Mommy's going to take baby on an adventure. So there shouldn't be the sound of too many screens as we practice in yoga. Grab what you need. Take your time. A mat is the main thing I'm teaching with as a prop. You can grab other props if you have them, but I'm not going to do anything specific to that. Just grab what you know how to use. Ooh, very fussy. Grab what you know how to use and use it accordingly. And we'll begin in just a minute. All right, very good, everyone. Welcome to Vinyasa Yoga. This is our weekly Saturday practice, 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. So thank you for joining. We're going to warm up slowly and gradually build to some peak poses. So take your time, focus on the breath, have patience with yourself as you practice, and feel free to take some rest anytime you need. Roll the shoulders as we breathe deep. Both directions. And then roll the wrists. Also both directions. And roll the hips about 3 times each way, still breathing deep, creating a nice flow in the body and the mind. Nice rhythm with the breath. Next is the knees. And we'll do both directions. And then lift the arms, weave the fingers together and push up through the palms. And bend and extend the arms numerous times. And then relaxing the arms. Let's go ahead, lift the arms a little bit and twist side to side. Maybe want a wider base. Feet together is a little bit of a challenge for the balance. But you can have a wider base if you need to for comfort. Try not to twist the knees really, but do breathe rhythmically as we move, a nice smooth flow. And come back to center, relax the arms, and we'll go ahead, have the feet a little bit wider, hinge down, and then take a half lift. Fold down again, and another half lift. You can hold the shins to get a good flat back, and repeat that, folding down, half lift, 2 more. Use the inhale to flatten the back and really open the chest. Release down, and then maybe bend the knees, get the back very flat and stand on up. And bring the arms up. Weave the fingers together, push up through the palms, and take a stretch to the right. And take a stretch to the other side. And come back to center and relax the arms. Next is chair pose. Double check that the feet are parallel. Sit deep into it, or just do it very lightly. So like here is fine, but if you can go really low, that's good too. And then hands on the floor, downward dog pose. And knees on the floor, lengthen the spine, and roll the back. And child's pose. And come back to the hands and knees. We're going to do a second set of rolls. If you can flip your hands backwards, do that. If that's too much for the wrists, then just do normal position. Otherwise, we'll do a few rolls. Loosening up the spine, connecting to the breath, feeling more fluid and steady in the body. And then normal hand position. Let's take a downward dog. Push into the legs, lift the hips high, and lift the right leg. Lower, lift the left leg. Switching sides. So smooth. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and walk or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Come into half lift and then full fold. Bend the knees to support the back. Stand up to upward salute. Bring the hands into reverse prayer and stretch. Draw into the core. And re-extend and relax the arms. Notice the openness in the chest, the length in standing, the core supporting the back, standing tall but not rigid. And again, upward salute. Exhale, plank pose, top of a push-up. And go ahead and put the knees down, and then lift the knees up. Knees down, knees up. Keep lifting out of the shoulders. So when your knees down, you don't sink down, you're lifting. And when you lift the legs, you're still lifting, and that will help you to lift into the core more. Let's do that a little bit more. It's very good for building the abdominals and the lower abdominals especially. And then knees down and lower all the way down. Reach back through the feet. Inhale, lift. Easy cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, easy cobra. Lift the hands a little bit. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Easy cobra. Lift the hands a bit. Extend the arms back. And then come on down. Then lift the chest and the legs, basic locust. And release. Lift chest and legs and send the arms back. And release. And take cobra. And come on down. Use the core and push into the legs. Dog stretch. And walk or hop up, feet to hands. Fold over the legs. Chair pose. Arms back, arms lift, arms back, arms lift. Keep breathing. Only lift the arms as much as it feels good on the shoulders, so it could be moderate or getting that really deep opening. Whatever works for your body. Stay with the breath. That's the main flow that we want. Smooth, rhythmic breathing. And then transition to standing. Raise standing, heels lift as the arms lift and draw in your abs. Set the shoulders. And relax. Chair pose, put weight in the heels. Back to standing pose. Now combining the two movements, but don't lean forward. See how the shoulders are right above the hips? Keep that as you lift the heels. And balance. Balancing chair, shoulders back, abs in, strengthening the calves as well as the quads. And then heels down, arms up, neutral spine or gentle back bend, drawing in the abs, stretching open the chest. Plank position. Right knee down, left arm up. And then forward windmill. And a backwards windmill. Come back to plank. Left knee down, right arm up, and forward windmill, backwards windmill. And come back to plank. Let's do side plank with the feet together. You could do knee down or kickstand, otherwise feet together for more strength. And option to do a push-up, maybe with the knees down, so hands come down and take a push-up. And other side. Come down slow so you're not rushing. You use all the core muscles. Do your push-up gradually, squeeze the abs as you lift. And we'll all meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Let's take the knees on the ground. Sway the back, side to side, stretching out the ribs, side of the hip. Breathing fluidly. Come back to center. And take a turn and walk or lightly hop the feet apart. And sway the hips. Bend one knee, then the other. Keep the back nice and flat. And you're breathing all the while. Come back to center and draw into the core. Stand nice and tall. Open up the right foot. Turn the back foot in. Take warrior two. Keep the knee open on the right side. And then transition to triangle pose. Transition to second variation with the arm behind the back, the chest opening. And then bend the knee and have the elbow resting super light on the thigh. And then it's the same amount of weight you're using in the core when you bring hands to heart. And then extend the arms. And come back to center and the first phase. Warrior two. Let's do that on the left side now. Relax everything, center the feet. Get that back foot turning up. Very important. Completely open the left foot, whatever is the second side. Take warrior two. Level the hips. You're breathing deep. Breathing smooth. Gliding into the triangle pose, Trikonasana. You don't have to go super low. Eventually you can, if you can see how the chest is open, the shoulders are in line with the abs and hips, and the ankles, everything's in line. That's what we want. And of course, deep breathing. And then the top arm can go behind the back, and you take extra emphasis of opening the chest. The knee bends above the ankle. The elbow is light on the thigh. And then you're using the same amount of core in your abs and back when you bring the hands to heart. So if your arm was light enough here, it's the same amount of core as here. And then we add more core by extending the arms, having the hands a little wide. And then come back to center, back to that first phase, back to warrior two. And relax everything, center the feet. Hinge down with the core so the back is supported. Bend the right knee, now hold. Switch to the left. Hold. Come back to center, bend both knees and lift the chest like you're about to do a leapfrog. And then extend the legs. Take the left hand under the right side of the chest, right arm up, nice twist. After a breath or two here, switch sides. Yeah, come on down. Put a big bend in the knees. And let's rise up. Open the toes. You may need to bring the feet together, especially if your hips are tight. And then you bend the knees above the heels and stand. And repeat this plie-like motion, the horse squats or the Devi Asana flow. And then bend and hold. Knees widen. You help with the hands. And if you can keep that wide knee stance, then you sit low and have the arms up. And you breathe. And let's go ahead and stand and relax. Arms and legs. Slowly bring the feet closer to each other and switch to a squat position. Still want the feet wider than the hips for this. And if you can't squat, we're going to do crow in a moment. So you can do crow from standing, like lower down into it, versus perching up into it. You can do a seated hip opener and skip the squat and skip the arm balance. Your choice, your practice. Stay with your breath. And when you're ready, put the hands down. Lift the knees high. Round the back and contract the core. Lean forward and push into the fingertips so you have control. The head's a little lifted. Feet stay on the ground, that's fine. Eventually you come onto just the tips of the big toes and eventually the feet come together. You're pushing through the fingertips to control. It's better to fall back than fall forward. And then come down. And we'll carefully sit down. With the hips back And extend the arms forward. Lift the feet a little bit, point the ankles. Feel free just to stay here or open the legs a bit. Or take the wide Vinyasa, keeping the chest and the knees tall, strong in the core. And then come back. Bring the feet really far forward and draw the hips back. Let's just take a little rest in a nice diamond pose. And then come back up and switch to the hands and knees. Right leg extends, just lift as high as the hip. Lift the left arm. Breathe. Switch sides. And hands down, lower all the way. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Bring the hands further back. Inhale, upward dog. Draw into the abs. Exhale, downward dog. Light step of the right foot up. Warrior one. Half bow. Inhale, lift. Full bow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chaturanga pose. You can just do hands and knees, otherwise hover, and then inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left side. Light step. Warrior one. Half bow. Lift. Full bow. Lift. Transition. Chaturanga pose. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath. And again, knees to floor. Turn to the side. Hop the feet apart. Bend the right knee and hold. Lift the chest a little more. Stay like this if you like, or cross the arms, stretch the wrists, flourish, and extend. Hands down, switching sides. Cross the arms, stretch the wrists, flourish, and extend. And come back to center. Draw into the core and stand tall. Open the right foot, turn the back foot up. Warrior two. Keep the abs in, warrior lift. And if it feels good, reverse warrior. Keep lunging in that right knee and hooking it open to the right. Side angle, elbow to thigh or hand to ground. Keep the chest open. Back to warrior two. Sit low, spread the toes, breathe deep. And now let's switch sides. Turn that back foot really in. Lunge, warrior two. Warrior lift, reverse warrior if it's working for you. Keep lunging. Side angle, elbow to thigh or hand to ground. Open the chest. Back to warrior two. And then relax arms and legs and bring the feet a little closer and turn the toes out and take the horse. Hold the knees if you need, or bring the arms up. And then come on up and relax the arms and legs, and slowly transition back to standing near the top of the mat. Inhale, forward salute, neutral spine, or draw into the abs, standing arch. Exhale, plank pose. Again, side plank. You can do knee down if you need. Otherwise, side plank the feet together, windmill. 3 times each way. And then add in the Vinyasa. You can take rest if you prefer, otherwise cobra or up dog, downward dog, plank. Make it long, have the left wrist a little forward, side plank, option to do knee down, windmill, both directions. And then Vinyasa, or just go right to dog or child. Hover, lift, cobra or up dog, downward dog. Right foot steps up. Again, warrior 1. And let's make a spin, other leg facing the other direction, warrior 1. And then make a spin back to the front. And Vinyasa. Hover. Inhale, lift, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left side, light step. Come on up. Warrior 1. Abs are in to support the back. And keep that transition through the flow. Spin, face back. Warrior 1. Knee opens to access the glute and support the knee. Spin to face forward. Adjust the width if you need. Sometimes you need to walk the front foot slightly wider. You're back in warrior 1. And hover chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take rest, or if you'd like to hold plank for just a bit, hold plank. And if you'd like to hover in chaturanga, hover in chaturanga. And squeeze the abs, and if you'd like, lift back the plank, and we'll all take downward dog. If that seemed like a stupid thing to do, you should have just taken rest like I told you to. So, not the sequence that's the problem. It's good decision making. Remember, make good decisions. It's fine to rest. We can all rest together, just to remember that rest is a good thing. So knees down, fold the arms, take the softest form of child, and just relax. And breathe. Very good. Let's try the toe stretch pose now. Have your toes tucked under and sit on the heels. You may want to sit on a bunch of cushioning if that's really hard on your feet. And you can also sit in a different way that feels good on your knees and feet for a shoulder stretch. So arms lift, reverse prayer, abs in. And arms extend, arms relax. Right foot steps up. And let's go ahead and lengthen the back leg and take a crescent twist. And come on back to center. And go ahead and put the back foot down. Take side angle. Warrior 2. Runner stretch. Back knee down. Stay with the hands on the ground or lift a little more. Maybe hold the knee. If it feels good, extend the arms in the air. The knee is above the ankle. Steady gaze and steady breath. Exhale. Downward dog. And let's take a kneeling position. Big step up with the left foot. And take raised runner to crescent twist. Lift and take a half bind. Open the chest. Back leg strong. Come on down. Put the back foot on the ground. Lift The right arm and open the chest. Side angles, work on spreading the toes. Come to warrior two. And then ground down into the runner with the back knee on the ground. Work on lifting the chest more if you'd like. Maybe hold the knee or extend the arms. Hips low, the tailbone scooping down, abs are supporting your back. Deep, deep breath. Vinyasa. If you like, go to downward dog first. Either stay here or add in cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Let's take the right knee forward for Swan Pose. Work the hips down and work on lifting the chest. If your back is tender or your knee hurts, modify. You can do a lunge if your knee hurts or cradle on the back. You can bring the hands forward if your back hurts. But if the body feels good and you're with the breath, bring the hands back. Lift the spine more. Get really strong in your back. Bring your shoulders back. Feel that it's a stretch for your chest. And breathe. If you like, you can hover the arms and bring them back a little bit. And then take one wave of the spine where you roll down and tuck the chin. And come on up. Downward dog. And left knee forward. Swan Pose. Work the hips down. You can have the hands more forward. Otherwise, bring the hands further back. Remember to skip any pose that doesn't allow you to breathe or feel like you won't regret it the next day. Practice for your health, not for your ego. Feel nice openness of the chest. Breathe deep into that space. And then come on down into a wave. Tuck the chin. Lift back up. Downward dog. Very light stepping of the right foot up, runner's lunge. So sometimes you need to step twice. That's fine. You want a long lunge. And then you come on up. Maybe hold the knee. Bring the arms back as an option and express in the chest. Really lifting like sternum forward and up as the arms draw back, like the arms are the ropes, and this is the sail of the heart. And come on down and take a nice half split and reach forward through the chest. And come on back and glide to face down. Inhale, cobra, see how that feels. Hold it a little bit. Low down. Use the core and lift. And take downward dog. Left side steps. Runner's position. Stay like this if you need to. Lift more if you can. Bring the arms back as the final phase, but you're reaching the chest forward, shoulders back. The hips will tend to go off diagonally, but center them. There's some core to center them, yet you're still releasing. So we're both a little bit engaged in some of the core muscles, releasing. Hip flexors are big core muscles that get a big release. Back muscles are toning. You use the low abs to center the hips. Lots of complexity happening, but don't let the mind get overwhelmed. When in doubt, just breathe. Focus on one breath, one moment at a time. Hands down. And take half split. And come back to runner stretch. Transition, face down, arms overhead. Inhale, lifting arms and legs, holding, breathing. Roll the knees in and come down. Next is the sink stretch. We'll hold this one a little bit longer and really emphasize opening in the chest. And come on down. Take another cobra, sustained cobra, 3 to 5 breaths. You can always do less or more. A really long cobra is good if you're ready for it. If you don't train progressively, then it's going to be very hard. So when something's good, it's only good if you're ready for it. Remember that. If you can't breathe into it, you're not ready for it. And come on down. Use the core and lift. Dog stretch. And wag the dog a little bit. And knees down. And go ahead, turn to the side and take a straddle. This time holding the ankles. And then switching to holding just one leg. And come back to the other leg. And come back to center. A light hop into a squat position and hold the squat. Breathe very deep. Let's go ahead and gently sit down. Take the big toes and do a balancing squat. A little bit open, and if you can really lift the chest and comfortably lengthen the legs, lengthen partway or fully. And if you want to challenge, bend one leg. And then the other side. And then come back to center. And then for another challenge, you may want to hold the ground for a moment first, or bend the legs a little bit before you do so, but hands together, and then if you can, extend the legs, keep the knees high. We're back in this wide Navasana, and then feet down. Let's go ahead and cross the legs and take a cross-legged forward bend. Surrendering down the back of the neck. Glide up to sitting. Sitting bones back. Maybe sit on a blanket. And let's close the eyes for a little bit. Sit tall with the eyes closed and breathe. And switch. Hips back. Sit tall and take a forward bend. And come on back up. Rest the arms. And again, we'll do this second side, a little quiet time meditation, about a minute with the eyes closed. Observing one moment and one breath at a time. And come back to the body. Let's switch back to the hands and knees. And again, sway the ribs side to side just to awaken the body a little bit. Downward dog. Right leg slowly lifts, but lift it continuously. Lift it as high as you can, allowing the hip to open a little bit, but the leg is still in that same plane as the hip, not twisting over. Hold. And then take swan right side. Second round. You're welcome to do cradle on the back or runner's variations of these next stretches. We're going to do thigh stretch. So move the right hand to the midline, move the back knee a little bit in, and stretch the thigh. Sometimes it helps to have the hand more forward to the midline, whatever is needed to work with your body, your practice, and your breath. Hips will tend to push to the right, but square them center to stretch deeper into the thigh and align the spine. Have a steady eye gaze and align the mind. And then let's go ahead and switch to a swan forward bend. Lay down into it and just let go completely, softening in the shoulders, breathing. Let's go ahead and gradually come on up and push back, downward dog. And left side, swan stretch. Oh wait, I'm sorry, we forgot the extended dog pose. We got to do that first on the left. Lift the left leg, tone and lengthen through it. Relax the head down and take a couple of long breaths. We're working on getting that nice muscle tone in the hip, and we'll take it into the swan and release the hip. Again, apologies for the mis-sequencing. It happens a little bit. You put the back knee to the midline, left hand to the midline, maybe a little forward if that suits you, and we'll take that nice thigh stretch. If you don't like the thigh stretch, you can modify, do half frog, do swan face down, or runner's thigh stretch.
And let's go ahead and take a nice forward bend. Let ourselves just melt into it, relax completely into it, and breathe into it.
And we'll gradually lift and glide slowly to dog stretch. Hold here and press forward through the hands. Lift out of the shoulders, lift the lower back and the tailbone high. Breathe. Enjoy that nice opening of the body, but you're also building a lot of muscle tones, very grounding, holding this stretch. Feeling grounded through the hands and the feet. Feeling grounded with the breath. Expand with the inhale. Let go with the exhale. Inhale till you're full. Exhale till you're empty. Feeling that nice emptiness in a good way. And we'll transition to sitting. You can do jump through if you like that vinyasa, otherwise just kneeling down and extending the legs forward. Drawing the hips back. And then sit very tall and lift the arms, really lift in the chest. Take a moment just to really enjoy toning up the back and opening the shoulders. And take Paschimottanasana, a simple yet highly effective pose to stretch the body and calm the mind. Enjoy going deep into that space of mental calm. Breathing. And release. Let's go ahead and transition to lower onto the back. You have a lot of space behind you. Release onto the back and take knees to chest. And then from knees to chest, take reclined cross legged. You tuck the right foot in, lower, and let the knees open out and down. Deep breath. And switching the legs. Come back to knees to chest. Feel free to wrap the legs in eagle or just take a basic twist. Legs to left, right arm out to side. Left hand option on the top thigh or under the legs to make it easier. Breathe and be very, very steady. Let's take the other side. If you need more time on either side, one if it's tight, or both if you just like long stretches, feel free. Customize your practice accordingly. We're about to do Shavasana. You can also take that longer if you like. Turn the volume down and take a 15-minute if you want. Otherwise, we'll take Shavasana. I'll guide several minutes in Shavasana. Feel free to do longer if you like. Otherwise, set up into it. You light starfish with the arms and legs. Close the eyes. Soften the breath and enjoy this time for a nice inner journey. Let's go ahead and deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes, bringing life back to the body. Transitioning gradually to a comfortable seat. Comfortable seat of your choice. Spine tall, chest, heart, and lungs open. Deep breath. Let's do a clearing breath and then 3 ohms. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And then breathing in. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. It's been a very fun and creative, energetic practice. Hopefully it suited you just perfectly today. I will be doing more classes next week, Thursday, Hatha Yoga, Vinyasa Saturday, and a gentle, more sort of grounding level 1 class Saturday night, I think, as a benefit for local residents who lost their homes in the fire that we've had. So we'll do a fire relief benefit next Saturday evening. It will be on YouTube and Facebook Live, but it will be recorded, so you can check it out on another day. And give what you can. All these classes are for donation. The ones that aren't charity benefits are donation for me and my family. It really helps us out a lot, so please donate what you can. If you can't donate money, then you can donate a like, a share, a positive comment, and subscribing to the YouTube channel is very much helpful. It really lifts my spirits. So thank you again. Keep practicing, keep training, and I will see you in the near distant future. Turn off all the devices now, saying goodbye to YouTube.